Now they say that you are never the same when you travel the world. To live is to travel. This is the New Discovery Show, where we explore new companies in the market. And today we speak to Kevin, the owner of Keitan Safaris. Keitan Safaris is a young tours and travel company owned by a 25-year-old Kevin Owino. His company offers unique new innovation in the market with a theme birthday babies throughout the year.
Keitan Safari started back in 2016 in October. Yeah, it started as a dream. When I was in campus, I used to organize team building for classmates. I formed a club. It was called actually it's still in existence. It's called the Club Tamu, Tourism Association of Masai Mara University. So we would collect 50 shillings from each person. We go to the riverside, enjoy some snack, do some team building and games, and then also organize for class trips. We go to Masai Mara, we go to Hell's Gate and Naivasha. All that was just doing it for fun. But I realized that as I kept doing that, I was getting passionate about it, and I was loving it, and also I was somehow getting some experience. I cleared university in 2016 in December, and immediately I thought it would be wise to start a company, because I had tried applying for jobs before, as I wait for my graduation, so many places, even internships. It was quite a hassle, yeah. But I managed to get a job somewhere, but I would say it was not satisfactory. I was not comfortable with it.
Apart from celebrating birthdays, the tour company offers different unique destinations, activities, and adventure at an affordable rates.
So once I graduated, that's when I ventured into the business. That's a loud scream. Yeah, so most people think that you need much to start. I would say you only need the passion. Yeah, I had the passion, and I had a few ideas, because I told you I was doing this while in campus. Yeah, at least I had an idea on how to organize something.
The young company began as a dream. Kevin used to arrange trip events back in the university for fun, but it became his passion later on.
When in campus, I used to walk from one room to the other, telling guys about the trips, from one class to the other, telling guys about the trips, and they would turn up. So the skills that I got there are the ones that now I applied when I started the business.
His first choice of career was on a different field. He wanted to be a lawyer, but his grades could not allow him. He later settled for tourism, which he had more knowledge about.
When I was young, I wanted to be a lawyer or a journalist, yes. But then, as time went by, I went to primary school, and then zinapungua. Lawyer ikatoka nje kidogo. No, journalism ikatoka nje kidogo, so I was still wanted still to be a lawyer. And then kufika high school, kamaliza, but then the cut-off points could not allow me to do law, because they wanted an A plane, and I managed to get at least a B of 60 something that would allow me to do to join the university, but not to do law. Yes. So amongst the choices that they were there, majority zilikuwa za kufunza. Majority was education and science, and then I saw one that was quite unique. That was tourism, and I had passion. So I said, if this is what I love doing, I would not mind studying it. Yeah. So I decided to do tours and travel management in Masai Mara University. It's a course that takes around 4 years, yeah, to do, and it also gave me a base and a foundation to do the business, because at least I had some knowledge of what I require. Yeah, that gave me a base. But I would say it's not a must for you to do tourism, for you to venture into a tourism business. There are very many people, friends of mine that I know who are in the industry, but they have not studied tourism. They only have some knowledge, and right now the internet is almost free and it has almost all the knowledge you need. Today, if you want to study microbiology, I would say it's not a must you go and sit at a class for you to know that. It will take you just some lessons online and commitment, research, and getting in touch with people who are in the field. And I would say you can make something out of it.
The first months of his company was very challenging, with few clients, but eventually he got a lot of referrals because of his best services and uniqueness.
At the first few months, we had very few clients. Like I remember the first trip, we were only 6 guys. Yeah, we were only 6. And 3 of those who are attending, I sponsored them for the trip, just to make it look more. Yeah, but then eventually guys got happy with the services we provided, and they liked it, and now they started referring their friends. So day by day the number of clients kept increasing from 6 to 10 to 12, 18, 20, until now we can do a road trip of over 100 people. Yes, and I can confirm tomorrow we'll have a trip to Hell's Gate, and we have 90 people who have confirmed.
Kevin has always wanted to explore the world every day since his young age.
Tourism is my passion. It's something that I love doing ever since I was young. I loved outdoors, going out, doing camps in churches, camps in schools, scout camps, all that. So through the exposure that I got from the few times I traveled when I was young, I developed a positive attitude and passion for travel.
So far, he has traveled to lots of destinations where he has different groups traveling every weekend.
I've traveled to so many places. I think it's now countless, because each and every weekend we go to a place. Like last week we were in Masai Mara. Tomorrow we are in Hell's Gate. Today we are in Keitan. So I think I've traveled to so many places.
His best destination in Kenya.
So far in Kenya, I would say my best destination is Takawiri, South Nyanza, because the place has a very unique beach. It has a white sandy beach within a lake. It's not at the coast, it's not an ocean, but the beach there, it's unique, it's one of a kind, because I think there's no any other place like that around. So that stands out for me. And also, just to mention another one, Garindare, also the blue waters, and Tanzania, Kikuletwa hot springs.
Almost everything is inclusive on Keitan Safari's trip course to make it easy for their clients to enjoy the trips.
In our trips, we try as much as possible to make it easy for our clients to enjoy the trip by providing almost everything. And by that I mean we provide transport to our clients, we provide food, we provide accommodation, we provide entry fees. The only thing that we don't include in their cost is extra activities that not everybody can take part in, like activities like swimming. If you're not a good swimmer, we're not going to include that in the cost, so you'll not feel left out if we put that in the cost. So it's only those activities that not everybody will be able to participate in that we don't include.
He makes sure he provides fresh food for his clients.
The best thing about us is that we give you food while you're traveling. So you will not have a hassle of eating snacks, and the food is normally freshly served. So you will not have any worries about where you're going to sleep, how you're going to eat. All that is normally catered for. So we make the work easier for our clients.
At Keitan Safaris, proper early communication is always done, where they always form a WhatsApp group for the individuals traveling for the purposes of keeping time and sharing more information for the trip.
We normally communicate with our clients in advance. We have WhatsApp groups. When we have trips, we form the group, we add them to the group, and we insist on the importance of time. Because if we keep time, it gives us a lot of time to do other activities and cover the day properly. But if we waste time in the morning, all other activities, we might not make it to do them. So we insist on timekeeping and also proper communication with our clients, just to inform them, and insist on coming early for the trip.
Just like any other business, Keitan Safaris faces certain challenges.
Keitan Safaris is a young company. It's just now almost over a year and some months old. We still don't have everything. So those things that we cannot get, we normally outsource. Like transport, we outsource. Sometimes we outsource food. Sometimes we outsource for services such as photography, team building. So the main challenge mostly comes to transportation. Yeah, and maybe third service providers. I can give an example. When you outsource for a vehicle and then the vehicle delays, or it comes when it's not clean, or the drivers are rude, or you get shortchanged. Sometimes you got it from at a price and then the price is hiked in the middle of the trip. Such kind of challenges. And also maybe when you go to a place and you're not able to, the service provider is not able to provide the services, the third-party service provider is not able to provide services, that becomes a challenge because we have already pre-organized everything. So when you get to a place and you can't get food that you had asked for, it becomes a challenge. But all in all, we try as much as possible to tackle the challenges in advance and explain to our clients what happens, and then from there they can understand and still will maintain the clients.
The young company has their booking and cancellation policies.
Before the client books, they have to understand the bookings and the cancellation policies. And we also have an understanding with the service providers, maybe the hotels, and maybe if we are doing hikes, we have an understanding with those we work with closely. So if they are in a position to refund, we normally do the same to the client. But if they're not in a position to refund, the client will never lose their money. So what we do, we carry forward their booking to the next available trip they attend. For example, if you're booking for a trip, you're going to Masai Mara, it's 8,800 and you cancel the trip and you're not able to attend because of an emergency, you will not lose that money. We will carry it forward to the next time when you want to join us for another trip. And it can be any trip that you want to join. It's not a must for it to be specifically Masai Mara.
In case a service provider does any cancellation on last minute, Keitan Safaris never lacks solutions.
When the service provider cancels the services, okay, it has happened before. There's a time we booked some vehicles and then I think they got someone who was paying more than us for another trip. But then what happens is that we have tried as much as possible to have a wide network of service providers. So for example, if a service provider cancels their vehicle, we are able to get in touch with another service provider who can stand in for that. And we are able to bring the situation back to normalcy.
Kevin always consider children on the trips as well.
Our trips, some of them are child-friendly and family-friendly. So we have traveled with kids in several occasions, even in hikes. And we normally indicate for those trips that kids are allowed, we indicate. Those ones that we don't allow kids, we also indicate when publishing the details of the trip.
He believes the peak season are mostly towards the end of the year and in the beginning of the year.
Peak season months are normally towards the end of the year, from November all through to February, and also in June, July, August, September. Those are peak seasons, and then the rest are low seasons. And they are peak because of one, weather. When you go to the coast towards the end of the year, The weather is awesome. It attracts tourists from outside the country and also from within. It's a holiday season. People are not working much. And then also the low season are the seasons that we experience rains mostly, like March, April. Those are low seasons. The weather is normally not so good during that time. We usually even experience floods. So that time people don't travel a lot. And also in this month of August also sometimes there are some rains. So it's also one of the low seasons.
In case of injuries, Keitan Safaris always have a first aid team on board, and they as well make sure a client signs a disclaimer form.
In our trips, we have communication that we give to our clients, and we also have disclaimers. For each activity that a client takes part in, we make sure that they have understood that they are taking part in this activity and it may be risky. So we give them disclaimer forms to fill and sign. And also we normally have a first aider on board who will take care of any minor incidents that occur. And if we have a serious incident, we normally refer.
The services at the young company are broadening up every day since some clients suggest international adventures.
Get requests for people who want to go to mostly Dubai and also France. There's someone to go to South Africa. We have had several requests, and also we have organized honeymoon packages, mostly. But we are yet to do group safaris. So I think because we are a young company, we're still growing, we are giving ourselves time to master the art and make sure that when we do it right, and we do it without much hassle. So we are planning to do that from next year. We'll start doing international trips, starting with Dubai. But currently we are already doing some local East African trips. Last month we were in Tanzania, and we're also going to celebrate Mashujaa Day in Tanzania. Yes, and our trips, even the international ones, they are very, very friendly in terms of price. Like we are taking guys to Tanzania for only 7,500. Yeah, and that includes transport, accommodation, meals, facilitation, team building, photography, and everything. The only thing they need to have is their passport and their yellow fever certificate. So last October we took 80 clients. Last month we took 80 clients, and this October we have already 70 confirmations. Yes, and we are encouraged at how Kenyans are reacting to this. Kenyans are really traveling right now, and I think going forward we'll have people traveling more to so many other destinations, and traveling is going to be easier for them because of companies such as Keitan Safaris.
Keitan Safaris has several packages, including wedding packages, day trips, hikes, bush packages, and other activities.
Day trips, we do normally hikes and adventurous activities and events. For hikes, we do hikes from moderate hikes to difficult hikes. We do Ngong Hills, Ugali Hills, Elephant Hill, Mount Longonot. And then for the difficult hikes and the hikes that take long, we do Mount Kenya. And the cost for Mount Kenya is normally around 30,000 Kenya shillings, and it take you for 4 days and 3 nights, climbing Mount Kenya to the peak, at least the second highest peak. We also do packages, bush packages, Masai Mara. We have done Masai Mara before, and we are doing it again for only 8,800 shillings. That's a 2-day package. We have 3-day packages starting from 13,000 Kenya shillings. Last weekend we were in Coast. We did South Coast, Diani, Ukunda, Watamu, Wasini, and for that we were charging only 11,000 Kenya shillings. Yeah, for 3 days and 2 nights, inclusive of SGR, transfers, meals, accommodation, and everything. Yeah, for Tanzania, as I said before, it's only 7,500. So our packages are very, very pocket friendly. our prices, I think, they're the most competitive in the market.
The young company offers affordable pocket-friendly packages.
Before planning a trip, it's among the things we do. We make sure that the weather is going to be good for the particular activity. The activities that need water, like water rafting, if you go during a sunny season, the river levels are very low. So guys will not enjoy water rafting. But if you go during a rainy season, that's normally the best and perfect time to do it. Yeah. So we look at the weather of a place and we match it to a destination. During the rainy season, it would be perfect to do a rafting event. When it is sunny, it would be perfect to do a beach event. When it is cold, it would be perfect also to do somewhere like Kisumu or South Nyanza and such. Yeah, so we match the event with the weather, and we must always look in advance before we plan. Yes, because we not also want to experience extreme cases where there is flooding or there is extremely bad weather.
Kevin believes the best time to book trips is 3 months prior.
Kenyans have a habit of last-minute booking, and I would say the best time for booking, especially for the Christmas holidays, that's the time when most Kenyans travel. The best time to book is at least 3 months prior. Yeah, because when you look for hotels during the Christmas season, they're normally fully booked because people booked way earlier, like 3 months in advance or 4 months or even a year in advance. So the best time to book is normally 3 months, I would say 3 months in advance before travel for the long distance trips. But for the day trips, at least 1 month and some weeks before, that will be finals.
Apart from education, traveling gets people out of their routine normal lives.
What I like more about traveling is that it gives you an escape from the daily routines of life. You know, there's a person who said that you're not born just to work and pay bills. There are people who their life is just concentrated on work and work. You wake up, you go to work, come back late, sleep, go to work, and then you repeat. It becomes a very bad cycle, and it is very toxic because you have pressures to release, you have tensions, and travel gives you that opportunity to relax. It gives you that opportunity to escape, to have your own time, and also to experience nature. We have very beautiful, like here, like you can see, there's beautiful landscape. There's adventurous activities. Once you scream, if you had tension, you're going to release all of it. So I think I love travel because of that. And also, I think I love it because it's something that I'm passionate about, seeing new things every day.
He normally does a lot of survey before any trip happens. He always goes to an extent of pre-visiting a destination first to confirm everything before taking any team there.
Before we travel to a place with clients, we have to do a pre-visit. Yeah, we have to go there, experience whatever our clients will experience, and then now we can take our clients there. Because we believe that we would not want to sell to our clients what we ourselves have not experienced. Yeah, if you not want to give somebody food that is bad, right? Yeah, so you have to go through it first, taste it, and if you feel that this is it, then it means the clients would also enjoy.
Kevin believes that social media has boosted his business since it reaches many people.
I would say social media has been of very big influence to the company. In terms of getting clients, we purely market our trips online. Mostly on Facebook, we sponsor our ads. We make beautiful posters and share them on WhatsApp, on Instagram and Facebook, and we share with the friends. The clients who have attended our trips before, we share with them, they share with their friends. So we are able to reach so many people because of social media. Yes, and I think social media is I would call it a game changer in terms of marketing. And it has made things easier, not only for me, but for everybody else who wants to do anything, the best place that you can ever do it will be in social media. Someone once told me that when I was in campus, that once you are on social media, you own a media house. You know how that statement just blew my mind. Like, what could you do with your own media house? Yeah, like you won't need to pay for adverts. It's your media house. You won't need someone to coach you around on or to tell you what to do. You will have all the powers to use it for the benefits that you want. If it is marketing, if it's creating awareness, if it is doing something that would bring change to the society, I think social media is a game changer, as I said.
He believes with passion anyone can accomplish anything. Him growing up in slums completely gave him motivation.
To the young people, this is what I would say, that time is ripe for whatever you want to do. Don't wait anymore. Don't wait. Like some say that they don't have money, their families are not rich. Myself, I would tell you, I was born in a very poor background. I grew up in the slums, Mathare slums, yes. And that gave me motivation even to do more, because I knew that if I'm not going to make it through this way, I don't know what other way I'd make it. Because there are people who have tried making it through crime, and I've seen my friends being shot dead. I've seen friends who have perished because of that. But if you have something you're passionate about, go for it. All you need to do is to start, and start today. Don't say lack of capital, lack of what. All those are just big terms. If you're passionate about it, you will do something about it. If you lack capital, do some savings. Now you can get loans, you can do whatever, and all you need to do is start. When you start, you will grow slowly, but eventually you will reach to your destination.
My experience has been awesome. Since I discovered him, I think I've not done any other company. I've done tours with other companies, and most of them, they were disappointing. But since I discovered Keitan, I'm always looking forward to the next trip.
How did you get to learn about Keitan?
Actually, I found him. I was looking for a company to travel to Mombasa for Christmas, though I didn't go with him. I was going through travel companies from Facebook, so I discovered him from Facebook. His prices are friendly. Actually, people say cheap is always expensive, but for him, he actually value for money. Which other companies, let's say like a company is charging this like today's ziplining like 4K, him is 200 less, but actually his services are just awesome. Okay, when it comes also to food, he gives us real food, delicious, well-made, fresh. Other companies I've tried, you have given juices and sandwiches and juices.
Keitan, they offer the best customer service, and again, they are very affordable. So far, so good. I'm not complaining. The experience is awesome.
We are on Facebook at Keitan Safaris Kenya, on Instagram, Keitan Safaris, on Twitter, Bado, and our website will be launched this month of October. We are turning 2 in October, so we'll be launching our website, keitansafaris.com.
Having all these experiences and being a new company in the market, you definitely cannot go wrong with Keitan Safaris. I was your host, Masiwedire.